know why you might have 10 pounds. Like, I know why. It's because I'm addicted to these little Heavenly Organics mints sweetened with honey, and I think I'm going to eat one, and then I eat 4. So I'm going to draw a picture of a mint on my blank sheet of paper, and I'm going to put it on my refrigerator. So it triggers your brain to think, I'm going to make a better decision. Make it something nice. You don't have to make it a negative, like, don't do this. Say, eat steamed greens with lots of good butter and sea salt, rather than, you know, the Snickers Zero that's in the freezer. My freezer has those in there too, so you're not alone. So go ahead and do that on the blank white sheet of paper. If you don't know what it is that you're doing that is creating maybe a little bit of weight gain in you, write, eat as much as I need to nourish my body. That's it. It's going to go in your refrigerator.
I don't like cookies anymore.
If you don't want your family to know, write it in code. If you're a chocoholic and you want to hide it, that's fine. We're not in the 12-step chocoholic program here. Nobody has to know. Make it something that means something to you. And when you're done, just look up on when you're finished. So why are all of you here? Have you been on diets before?
Of course.
Yeah? So,
One or two.
did they work? Because here we all are. Trying to still lose 10 pounds. When I've done the South Beach diet and the elimination diets and the primal diet, I've been a raw foodist. And I'm a GAPS diet practitioner, and I've tried all these different diets. And for me, none of them worked. That's just a small, the Juva Cleanse diet and the, you name it, I've done it. So what I want, hopefully, to teach you all is how you're gonna diet, but it's gonna feel like you're not dieting. So you're gonna start making decisions that will always keep those 10 pounds off. If you crave sugar, hopefully by the end of this, those sugar cravings are gonna be gone because your brain is gonna be getting the nutrients that it needs so you don't crave. And if you crave salty foods, hopefully by the end of this, your adrenals are gonna be supported so you don't crave the salty potato chip foods anymore. And you can just eat food and not have the little voice in your head that says, more, or the voice in your head that says, I'm super tired, I don't want to get up and go for a walk this morning or go work out. Because all of that relates to your nutrition. You eat and you breathe and you think. And I'm trying to think of other inputs that you have in your body. So I'm the food guy. I'm not the emotion guy. That's somebody else. And I'm not the guy that controls the air. Not the environment guy, that's somebody else. But we can control the food that we eat. So with this, I don't even like to call it a diet, but it's a way that you're going to eat so your body gets balanced so that 10 pounds that you've been holding for whatever reason, it falls away, and that's it. You don't need me anymore. I'm going to put myself out of a job if I don't watch it. So the first thing I want to just talk about a little bit is the foods list that I sent you, because that's your food. It's not all of your food, but there's some really good suggestions on there. The whole base of this program is you have to think a little bit now about what you're going to eat. I'm going to help you along as much as I can. You're going to get recipes and food lists, and I have all kinds of nice reminders to send out to you all. But what I want to teach you is how to fish. You know, we're going to go back to that parable. I can give you as many fish as there are, but unless I teach you how to fish and how to eat, it's not going to work long term. Does that make sense? So, something that people often ask me is the first question is, how in the world am I going to eat full-fat food and lose weight? You're nuts. And I tell them, I would love it if the body worked like a car where you just put something in and you have an output, like a machine. You know, you put in gas and it runs. And people think you put in calories and that's what the body runs on and that's it. Like the equal that you put in is the equal that comes out. The body doesn't work that way. We're a biological machine. So The deal with fat is that it makes up every part of your body. You are basically made of fat and minerals and water and bacteria. Which is a little bit interesting to think about. So if you're not eating healthy fat, your body isn't making what it needs to live every day on the most basic cellular structure. So I'm going to teach you about healthy fats. Some healthy fats are butter, which is one of the first things on your foods list, and full-fat yogurt. If you eat low fat, you eat high carb. Who here has heard of the Atkins diet? Okay, so Robert Atkins is an MD, came with the Atkins diet. It's been melded into kind of a different marketing scheme now, but when he first started, he understood and taught people that for a 2 to 3 week period, you drastically cut down your carbohydrate load, and you added even saturated fat. Oh my God. You would lose weight. And he was right. There were some things that he didn't quite understand, but in general, it's a great plan. We're not going to do a full Atkins diet on this protocol, but you are going to eat full fat foods, because if not, you're eating high carbohydrate foods. And your body, in its infinite wisdom, will turn carbohydrates into saturated fat. It's great at it. It's called glucose metabolism. High athletes that I work with in town, the triathletes and the ultra marathoners and these people that bike hundreds of miles, they're incredible. They get the high fat diet because it throws their body into burning fat. When you eat fat, you burn it. So that's the explanation of the full fat on here. Olive oil and coconut oil are right underneath the dairy section. They're fantastic fats also. The 2 fats you want to cook in are coconut oil and butter. Can you lose weight cooking in coconut oil and butter? What do you think? Yes? No?
Sounds
good. We'll try it. Excellent. So the reason why is because these 2 fats raise your metabolism. They're very easily digested, assimilated fats. You're going to heat up, your metabolism is going to go up, and you're going to start losing weight. We're going to talk about that in another class, but you need to start cooking in coconut oil and butter. Leave olive oil for your salads. The rest of these foods on this list, they're pretty straightforward. If you all have any questions about it, you can always call me and ask. I talked to Tony today. He was great. I'm glad that you called. I put some asterisks next to kombucha. Have any of you here tried kombucha?
Yes.
Yeah? I sent my mom the list today, and I was like, what do you think? Does it look a little hippie? She was like, I can't believe you're going to tell those people to drink that vinegar drink that you made. So if you don't like kombucha, or if you haven't tried it, don't go out and buy 3 bottles, buy 1 and take a taste and see if you like it or not. It's a fantastic drink for health and weight loss, but some people don't like the taste.
That's it right there.
This is it. I have water in my kombucha bottle.
Is that the one that has chunks in it?
It has chunks in it. So what those chunks are, and if you're freaked out by that, then don't get it. Okay? Kombucha is made from a SCOBY. It's a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and it looks like a mushroom. And what that mushroom is bacteria that ferments caffeine and sugar into lactic acid, which is excellent for your digestive system. But they're little slimy parts that float around. And it freaks some people out, and if that sounds freaky to you, then just ask. Can you straighten it?
Yeah.
I just want to. Can you straighten it? Yeah, you can totally straighten it.
Okay, that's how.
Yeah, but for some people they don't like it, and that's fine. You definitely don't have to drink it. I just want to bring it up. If it's full fat, that's fine.
So what do you mean by full fat?
Full fat, like there's non-fat yogurt, low-fat yogurt. I mean like full fat yogurt. So none of the fat is taken out.
Full fat, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
plain.
Plain.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all the sugary stuff.
Right, you can add your own honey or grade B maple syrup. I'm telling you all to get grade B maple syrup because it's higher in minerals. Minerals will help you lose weight. We could go through the biochemical lineage of why, but just trust me. So grade B maple syrup, they don't have it at SPD, they have it at California Organics, or I usually get it at grocery outlet because it's way cheaper at grocery outlet. So you can add that to your full fat plain yogurt, and it's fantastic in a smoothie. That's a recipe that you all got yesterday.
Victoria, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. You said grade A maple syrup?
Grade B.
Grade B is the one we want to
Right.
get.
So it's the darker maple syrup.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I have foods to avoid. Soy, tofu, or tempeh. People think they're really wonderful health foods, and it's like in the health food section. Most people are allergic to soy. There's a lot of GMO soy, which can create allergies in the body and inflammation, which equals weight gain. And for women specifically, soy can wreck hormonal balance, so stay away from it. Pasteurized fruit juices are a sugar alcoholics dream, which equals weight gain, so stay away from those. Sodas and sweetened drinks, I think we kind of all know by now, if you're drinking diet sodas, you're getting a glycemic kick and you're holding on to fat. Almond nut and soy milk. So I talked to Debbie about this today. If you think you have a dairy sensitivity, some people do and they know it. Some people don't know, but they've been told, drink soy milk, it's really healthy for you. Drink nut milk, it's really healthy for you. Almond milk. Many, many different types of milks. I usually tell people to avoid these because there's a lot of preservative in them. It's another thing your liver has to deal with rather than conjugating your hormones, filtering your blood, and helping you to lose weight, which is your liver's main job and the focus of this class. So I would rather your liver not have to deal with that and help you shed those pounds. So that's why I'm telling you to avoid those nut milks. Rice cakes, empty calories. I'd rather you make popcorn on your own and eat popcorn with coconut oil and sea salt, which is delicious. Yeah.
So they have these corn thins that are like the same round like the rice cakes. They're really thin though, and they're organic. Is that the same thing?
I'm not super familiar with those. The farther away you can get from a packaged food, the better. If you're in a hurry and those are there, that's a better choice to make than a pack of gummy bears.
I usually put
Yeah.
like, the reason I use it is to put something protein on it.
Sure.
And it's low calorie too, they're only like 25 calories, but.
Yeah. I don't know that product, so I can't say for sure. But, try. It doesn't sound bad. Always something savory is going to be better than something sweet for weight loss. Alcohol, you kind of know that shtick. I recommend clear alcohols. So if you're going to go have a cocktail, or wine is a wonderful digestive aid. I went to Italy in January to see my partner's sister, and
You're back in.
it was a wine-a-thon. And I came back and I can't remember, I was at track getting running shoes, and I'm like, hey, I want to get weighed on their fancy scale, And I lost a couple pounds. So I was like, oh, the French paradox is totally right. So wine. Avoid beers, yeasty drinks, like that. Caffeine. Coffee in the morning? Anybody? Coffee in the morning? Okay. So here's the deal with caffeine. Back to the liver. Your liver has to process that. You know that that's true because when you stop caffeine, what happens? Oh my God. That headache is from your liver trying to detoxify all of the caffeine out of it. So again, if you want your liver to be busy with that, it can be, it's not going to be the end of the world. I would rather your liver be busy with taking care of weight gain. Don't go off coffee in one day and decide you're going to be Superman, because it's hell on earth. It's horrible. If you want to cut out caffeine, cut it out slowly, okay? And what's the last food to avoid? Sweet foods. Let's just continue just a second. Any sweet foods, your blood sugar is going to go up, your body's going to store fat. So always pick a savory snack over a sweet snack. Okay? And if you all have any questions about this food list, email me, call me, I'm around.
So 2 questions. Instead of almond milk, what would you recommend?
I'm a raw milk girl, for sure. If you know you have a dairy sensitivity, that's a good step rather than drinking dairy. There's minutia that we can't go into because we're a large group. So in general, I tell people to avoid that, but like in a smoothie recipe, I use the yogurt to make smoothie. And if my smoothie is a little thick, I just add a little water, and it's fine.
Okay, and then the second question, what about green tea?
I think green tea's fine. Yeah. It's a great step down from coffee.
What about coconut milk? Do you not?
I love coconut milk. That's a great suggestion.
But even the boxed
kind too? Does that have preservatives in it?
Like coconut water?
No.